What's going on, guys? Stock Sniper Mike, and I'm here to talk about what to look for after the big Fed meeting on Wednesday. And the Fed plans to meet up at their quarterly meeting on September 21st, Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Now, during that meeting, they're going to decide if they're going to raise the interest rates even more than they already have. The U.S. is projecting that they do raise the interest rates by 0.75% for the third time this year. That is actually the largest percent raise since 2018. So we're really trying to deal with inflation with raising these rates. So at 2 o'clock on Wednesday, we will find out if they are raising rates. At 2:30, Jay Powell will come on and talk about why they did what they did. For the most part, the stock market has dropped after raising rates. We did pop recently a couple months back after the news, so it's important for you not to react to what happens and just be reactive to the stock price. Going into Wednesday, we know the market's about to get volatile. We know it's probably going to go up really big or down really big. So it's important for you to be prepared and react when that does happen. Every Fed meeting day is a very important day for you to be watching on the screens, because if you are in a listed stock or an OTC stock, the stock can drastically move with this market news, especially if it's really, really bad news or really, really good news. So you do want to pay attention to this. I know in OTC stocks, a lot of the times we say it doesn't follow along with the market, but with big news like this, it's important to keep an eye on it, because sometimes it will drop when the stock market drops from news like this. And we're going to bring you to our mobile app. So let me jump into our mobile app here to get to that watch list that we're talking about. For those of you guys that don't know, the Stock Snipers have a website, thestocksnipers.com, as well as a mobile app with a community of traders all on the same goal of getting rich together. One of the many benefits you get when you do sign up and you do get access to the app is 2 watch lists every single day, because we are day traders. You get 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. We also have webinars. So every single Wednesday, we're going to release a webinar, and we're going to talk about the trades we just made and any other hot ticker on the week. You have trade reviews just for a bonus and for you to go over more trades that the snipers have made. And then you have the chat room, and the chat room is the most beneficial, and it has all the snipers in there that are looking to tag bags and make money day in, day out, calling out what's hot and what's not on the day. Today, we're going to be going over a watch list, and this watch list is going to be what we're looking for to close out the week. So let's dive in and let's check it out. All right, so if we dive into the watch list, we're going to have a group of 7 stocks we're eyeing down. Now, there are going to be a lot more stocks we're looking at in the chat room when the Fed does release their news, because the volatility is most likely going to hit right at that moment. But these are stocks that we are going to be prepared for to make a move after Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. We're going to start with listed stocks, because the listed stocks are going to move most likely the most, like we were saying before, and then we'll end it off with OTC stocks to eye down. The first 3 are listed stocks, and the first 2 are actually 2 of the largest stocks in the market today. That is Microsoft and Google. So we'll start with Microsoft here. MSFT is their ticker, and they've actually been downtrending for 7 straight days now, from 265 to 239.64 52-week lows. To close out the week, we're going to be looking for that $240 hold, and then the first green day push back above 246. 246 seems to be that momentum shift spot, and if it's able to get back above that, we'll be looking to play that first green day. Next one is Google, GOOG. They recently did a stock split, so they are a $100 stock now. Used to be a couple $1,000 stock. The stock is now coming down to 52-week lows, almost below 100, making 52-week lows of 101.12. Now we are looking for it to continue to hold 101.50 and then bounce back above 105 to change momentum. A lot of these stocks have been downtrending for a couple of days because the market has been doing that. So if it does continue to fall, we're not telling you to go out and buy these. We're telling you to go and grab these if the momentum does shift and we finally get that trend line change at certain levels. For Google, it's going to be 104, and for Microsoft, 246. The next one is a larger listed stock that has been all over the news after the big weekend in college football where the COO decided to go to an Arkansas football game and got in a fight after. There's nothing like good old tailgate fights at college football games, especially when you're over 50 years old. What's even worse is the COO of Beyond Meat, that is a vegan company that makes vegan patties, decided to bite the guy's nose in a fight. So sounds like a carnivore to me, and he actually works for the biggest vegan company, or one of the biggest vegan companies in America. This news sent the stock down, and it's continued to fall the next 2 days, creating 6 straight red days now. After 3 red days, we usually are looking for a first green day, and this stock's on 6 red days after downtrending for about 2 months. So with all that downtrend, we do think there is a nice squeeze in first green day that is due here. And if the market squeezes, this one will most likely squeeze with it. So keep a close eye on Beyond Meat, BYND, to make that trend shift and come back above that $16 area. And now let's jump into OTC stocks. Like I said earlier, there are going to be tons of listed stocks that we are looking at, more than those 3. We're just going to be bringing them up on what's hot and what's not in the chat room when that is going on. With the OTC stocks we're eyeing down after this Fed meeting, the first one is one that's been downtrending for 6 straight days, almost like the listed stocks we just talked about. And that's a cannabis stock, TGGI. This stock went from 0.18, so 1/8 of a penny, sorry, that's confusing. So 1 penny and 1/8. So almost 2 cents there, dropping all the way down to 1 penny. So 1 penny is a long-term support spot. It's actually at 1.1 right now, or 1.09. If it's able to make one more red day and come back to 1 and hold that, we're going to be looking to have that bounce first green day play. Now, if it does drop below 1, because that is possible, 0.08 is a clear long-term support and definitely a spot we'll be looking to buy if it continues to drop to that area. The next one is another OTC sub-penny stock, and this one is a water-related packaging company. They've actually done really, really well with their Twitter. If you want to go check them out on Twitter, HIRU. They have deals with Shaq, Vladi Divac, so they're always kind of trying to pump their stock up. Unfortunately, the stock is now on 8 straight red days, and when you're drifting down that much, you usually are due for a first green day. It did come down to a long-term support spot of 0.034, and it's stayed there. We're looking for it to continue to hold that spot, and if it doesn't crack 0.034, we'll be looking for that first green day push back above 0.04. And possibly towards the 0.06s. This next one is an OTC Bitcoin related stock that is pretty much the cocaine of the OTC stock market world. It was crazy 2 years ago. In 2020, the stock spiked all the way up to $7. From a $7 Bitcoin related stock to thinking they had the next Web3 or the next web service, and everybody was hype on it. They actually were on CNBC. So we actually bought this stock when they were on CNBC, back when they were almost a $7 stock, and now it is all the way down to 2 cents. So from $7 to 2 cents, that's called holding and hoping, and how you lose a lot of your money. Be on the lookout for a holding and hoping video coming soon. Now, you don't want to hold and hope here. What you do want to do is look for this first green day play. Tuesday, it looked like it was going to make a first green day, spiking from 2.7 to 3.7. So a 50% spike in 1 day shows you the potential that this stock has. But the stock did drop from 3.7 back to 3 cents. We decided not to buy it because of the ugly dip. But now we want to see it hold that 2.9 cent area and create a first green day. If it holds 2.9 on Wednesday and Thursday, we'll be looking to play this first green day play and get a push back above 3.25. And last and certainly not least is a stock we actually recently made money off of, a 52-week breaker. So this stock is one of the few continuing to go up as the overall market continues to drop. Dow down, snipers up, we like to say. This is HGTXU. It's a higher price, slower moving OTC stock, but one that's created 5 straight red days and looked like it's due for a first green day. Wednesday, it started to make a first green day and came right to $3 spot, but it fell right below that. $3 is a key spot for it to break, and that's what we want to see it hold if it does break it, to change momentums and possibly jump up to 330 52-week highs. Now, this is a slower mover, so we're not expecting a home run or a triple here. We're just looking for a single, about 3 to 10% overnight on your money if we do end up playing that 52-week breakout play. And that's our watch list there for what we are looking for after the Fed meeting. Now, I just highlighted 7 stocks, 3 listed stocks, and 4 OTC stocks, but there will be plenty of more that will be on the move once the Fed does come out with this news. So be on the lookout and be prepared when it does happen. Hopefully you guys can tag a bag from one of these stocks, and if not, hopefully you can jump in the chat and bag one with us to close out the week. We'll see you back here next time. Stock Sniper Mike out. And Jerome Powell, please don't crash the market this time. Please. Let's get something good going on. Peace.